We the best around.
We designated spitters live every week. Designated homie, cause we sticky heat. We designated spitters, Francis and Pete. Talking Yankee baseball, hip-hop or the streets. We designated, we innovative. We designated, spitters time, what you know. We designated, we innovative. We designated, spitters, let's start the show.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Designated Spittaz. And this one just feels right because my man has let the grandmas down for a little while.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on, bro?
I missed y'all, man. I missed you guys.
We missed
to the
you.
fans.
We
to
missed
the fans,
you.
man. I've been in the game season lives, and I got fans like, "Yo, Francis, jump on right now! Like, what are you doing? Like, yo, Francis, Designated Spittaz." I'm like, damn. Yo, guys, I've been busy, man. But Pete's been holding it down. So before we get into anything, bro, you guys already know, we gotta give flowers to the fearless leader. Come on, guys. He's been holding y'all down. The game season lives. The new hit show, Lady in the Dog Pound, which I know everybody is going crazy about. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Fam.
Having, Bad Dog and Stacy in the fold. It's crazy, man, because Pete called it. He told us the idea, and like we saw the vision, but like to see it like live, it's like it's a good. You guys got something really good going on there. I love it.
Yeah,
so
it's a fun show, man. But I mean, really, everybody here at NyynewsTV, we just got so much good going on, man. It's fun. Hey, look, the crazy thing is too, the Yankees are playing great baseball.
Yep.
The network keeps getting better and better. I mean, we got a lot of good things going on here, man. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It's exciting. NyynewsTV Day is 13 days away.
Can't believe it.
We 13 days away. I remember talking about this thing months ago before we even announced it. And
we were talking about doing
here.
it before there was a season, Pete, remember?
Yeah. That's
Like,
right.
Like we don't even know if we're gonna have baseball. We don't even know if and here we are, bro, like less than 2 weeks away. We're all gonna be in person. Hopefully we're all gonna be in person. I don't know if we're all gonna be in person. Some of y'all better buy them tickets. I know that.
Yep. No, definitely, man. We've done amazing. We've done so well that the Yankees are like, yeah, we'll throw something on the scoreboard for you guys. No problem.
Look at that.
So,
Come on.
I mean,
y'all got to see that in person.
Got to see it in person, man. That is an absolute huge day for the company. We said it before. The funny thing is, do you remember the offseason when we announced this and then the season started? The Yankees was struggling out the gate a little bit.
Yep.
And everybody was like, man, I would go, but the Yankees suck. And even we were like, we'll do it for us because it's a company thing.
Exactly.
But now it's like you gotta see the Yankees Astros.
It's like don't do. It's like now it's like do it for us and the Yankees. They're playing so freaking well. Like
shit, I'm tipping my cap to them. I even told I told Bad Dog today. I said it on Lady in the Dog Pound. I hope that when I go back to the Italian American Baseball Foundation Gallo this year, that Aaron Boone is there again, man, because. Francis, you've probably been on the most lives with me because of the show, and we've spoken the most. You remember me saying it. I said he has to go out in the shield or say enough is enough.
Yep.
And there's no doubt in my mind that leadership on this team, I'm talking about the coaching staff, it's a night and day difference. Something changed, and it's not the players. It's not only the players. Something changed in the culture among Aaron Boone and how this team is running. Something
100% changed. And I don't think, look, there's a lot of people out there right now doing following this whole corny narrative of, a lot of y'all were talking shit in the offseason that the Yankees are going to suck. Oh, where are you guys now? Like, oh, what do you have to say to Brian Cashman? It's a very stupid narrative, right? Because in the offseason, when you looked at this team, when anybody with half a brain looked at this team, there is no possible way that you were going to guess that on June 12th, we were going to be 44-16. Nobody was guessing that. As good as you thought the team was, you expected, even if you thought they were going to be a first place team, you thought that they would be in first by like 2 or 3 games. Right. You did not think that they would have a 7.5, 8 game lead over Toronto and Tampa. Nobody thought that. And to have the best record in baseball by a few games over the Dodgers and the Mets and all these other people, nobody believed that.
Yep.
But one thing I remember you saying, And it's worth repeating, right? Because it deserves credit now when you look at the way the coaching staff has performed. You said it. It was like either Aaron Boone goes up to them and says, "Look, I'm coming back, but you got to let me coach the way I want to coach. Yeah. You got to let me call the games the way I call the games. Let me pick. Okay, we're gonna get rid of people. Let me pick a team and let me implement a new style, a new regime, or something like that." Right back then, you said it, but you said it seems unlikely.
Yeah,
you didn't think it was going to happen.
I didn't think so.
I said the same thing. I was like, I don't think Boone is going to go up to them and demand that. Now we may never know whether he demanded it or they just saw it. Right. Chances are they just saw it. Like maybe Hal and Brian had a powwow and literally said, "Look, I think we're meddling a little too much with Aaron. Maybe let him manage a little bit more, and let's get some more baseball guys in there. We can keep hiring analytical people, but let's get some more baseball guys in there and let's see, right? Because maybe we went a little bit too far. For all we know, that's how it happened, but it's paying dividends, and you see it. This team is a baseball team. It's not nerds in jerseys anymore.
That's right.
It's not. Like when you look at it and you see the dugout, which is a big complaint that we had for years. They were just there, lethargic, dying. The other day, Friday, right? It was a 2-1 victory. It took 13 innings to beat the Cubs. It was a very frustrating game, very upsetting game. I think by the end of it, towards the end of it, they were 0 for 16 with runners in scoring position. It was like super annoying, right?
Correct.
But one thing I say, looking back at that game, the dugout was in it. They were in it.
Yes.
The whole game. Like, they weren't scoring. They weren't getting the hits, but like they believed that it was coming the whole time. They believed that it was coming. That's a night and day difference. It's a major
difference of this ball club. There's literally no denying that. And any way you may say you want to see it, it's as clear as day. They're just a different team. I mean, like you can sit there and the reason why I keep saying, well, it's pretty obvious in my opinion that it has a lot to do with leadership is because the players haven't changed that much. You can't sit there and tell me that Josh Donaldson came and just completely changed it. But I do remember the quote that, Brian Cashman did say is that they did feel they needed to be a little more strict, a little more enforcer-like. They had to get an enforcer in there.
Yep.
And, yes, I do think Gary Sanchez getting, thinking a little more defensively. We've said these things. These are the things we all said. Defensively, it's addition by subtraction with Gary Sanchez. I don't care who you get there.
Oh, yeah.
Now, did I think that Jose Trevino was going to be an all-star style catcher? Holy crap. Did I think that Nestor Cortez is going to be a Cy Young candidate? No.
No idea.
No. Come on now.
But nobody did. And that was my point from before.
And I said that the other day.
Because some of them are trying to pretend like they knew this was coming.
Bullshit.
That's BS. Come on.
Look, I even said it. Remember I said if everything goes right, all the red flags go right, I think they'll be decent. No way did I ever. If somebody told me this, I said, get the fuck out of here.
I said, I'm optimistic as fuck. I was like, best case scenario, I see them finishing the season as a second place team.
Yes, you were more optimistic than all. Now, Sheffield did say he thought the pitcher will be fine. So I give him credit on that.
Sheffield definitely deserves credit for that because he was saying that for a while.
You were more optimistic than I was. You were way more optimistic than I was.
But I said because we never, and I think people gave us a bad rap when it came to that. When people were saying like, oh, we never said that that there wasn't talent on the team.
We also never said they're a fourth place team. We also said they're not going to compete.
The problem is we have fans who were out there saying that they were fourth place team.
Correct.
And we always get associated with some of our fans' takes, which is fine because we rep y'all, but we never, Francis or Pete never said the Yankees are a fourth place team. Now, we also never said that this wasn't a talented team, which is another misconception. I think a lot of people are like, oh, well, you guys were like, no. We never said this was not a talented team. We are well aware of who Aaron Judge is. We know who Aaron Judge is. Like what Aaron Judge is doing this season, right, is not necessarily surprising to the NyynewsTV team.
Right. That's right.
Because we have believed that this is who he's been, right?
Yes.
What is surprising is that he's doing it right now in a contract year after he just played a full season of games last year. That's the only thing that shocks me, that he's able to do this right now with all the pressure of a contract looming. And he played a full season last year, and he's never played back-to-back seasons this many games. Like, That's crazy to me. That's what's surprising. But the fact that he's like the front runner for the AL MVP right now, no, like that doesn't surprise me. In my mind, he won the MVP in 2017.
Yep.
So if you ask me, if he goes on to win the MVP this year, I'm going to refer to it as Aaron Judge's second MVP.
Yeah, it should be.
Because 2017 should have been his.
No doubt about it. I mean,
he never said they weren't talented, bro. We just didn't like how they used the talent that was there.
Right. And the crazy thing overall for Aaron Judge, man, just to even say this, I mean, me and Bad Dog talked about this a lot. Thank you, everybody who joined us for Game Season Live. It's been absolutely awesome doing that show. It's unbelievable, in reality, that most of us before the season began would have sat here and said the offer the Yankees gave him was fair. It ain't fair no more, bro.
Oh, hell
It ain't fair no more.
No.
And I give Aaron Judge all the credit in the world for saying, you know what? I'm going to take the risk. Because if anybody sits there and goes, it's not a risk, bro, it was a fucking risk. This dude could have got, he could be injured.
Bro.
And I don't want to talk, knock on wood, I don't want to talk too quick.
Facts.
I don't want to talk about injuries. But you guys know what could go wrong in a season. Hell, you could struggle. Aaron Judge has just said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm on pace to break Roger Maris's all-time record, which is the most storied franchise in baseball history. You might have a chance to own the home run record and then also be in a contract year? Are you kidding me? My man could sit there and be like, all right, what numbers we talking now? Because the stuff that we both were talking ain't what it is now. Now we really need to talk. And he got, I said this to Bad Dog. I want to see if you agree with me. I feel like this is a negotiation where Hal Steinbrenner is going to have to take it over. And he's just going to have to sit there and go, here's what we got to do. Here's it. This is it.
Yeah, I think I would be inclined to agree with you. I think at this point, this is not a, and I don't know, right? Because I don't know that Hal has done this in the past. I know that even with Cole, like he gave the directive to Brian, like we need this guy, like he has to be a Yankee. But Brian went and did the negotiations. But I feel like this is one of those moments where you need to have a little bit of George in you.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't fumble this. Like, you really cannot fumble this.
I know people are like, imagine him taking the home run record for the Yankees and then going to the Giants or the Mets.
That would be catastrophic. And even if
how do you recover from that?
Some people are saying, oh, but if you win the World Series this year, it'll be a little bit easier. No. Don't give me that. A lot of people keep using that comparison with Atlanta.
Yeah.
They're like, well, look at Atlanta and Freddie. They won the World Series. The fans wanted Freddie back. They didn't get Freddie back. They complained. They got Matt Olson, who hasn't been yet as great as they think he's going to be. But the complaints have slowed down. Like people, they're more into the season. The Yankee fans are not Braves fans, okay? Right, I'm going to tell you that right difference. Now. We are not Braves fans.
The Braves have been a letdown organization based off their fans, and we have been a World Series winner. If you're in our age group, you have been a World Series winner. You were raised on winning.
And now let me tell you something else that people might agree, they might disagree. I'm sorry, but in my head, this is not even an opinion. This is a fact. Freddie Freeman is not Aaron Judge. Let me explain this.
He's not.
Let me explain this. Because some of you are going to immediately run to stats and say, well, Freddie Freeman has MVPs. Freddie Freeman's won a World Series. He's been an all-star. He's done this. He's done that. His WAR and all this other bullshit. Right now, I'm going to tell you, I'm not talking about stats.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman walked away from a team that was left with Ronald Acuna Jr., Ozzie Albies, Dansby Swanson, and the list goes on. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Aaron Judge is Ronald Acuna Jr. for the Yankees. He is Ozzie Albies. He's matter of fact, Aaron Judge is Ronald Acuna and Ozzie Albies for the Yankees. He's both of them on the Yankees. Not only that, but he's that for fucking baseball. This is a guy who's arguably the biggest face in baseball. A lot of people, they want to argue with us. They want to say, no, Mike Trout. And
nobody talks about Mike Trout. I hate saying it.
Bullshit, bro. No,
baseball don't even, you can't even support you.
Pete, and you're right, though.
It's crazy.
You're right, and that's how he wants it, though. And people don't realize, Trout is from Jersey, okay? Trout is from Jersey. Trout had every opportunity to go about being the most popular, in-your-face prospect, whatever, coming up. He could have been all of that. He could have been all of that. Trust me, when Bryce Harper was coming up, I'm talking about from middle school, high school, We knew who Bryce Harper was.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was out there. He was in your face, hitting home runs, bat flipping, screaming, all of that. We knew who Bryce Harper was since he was freaking 16. Okay. Yep. Trout was better. Trout was better. And it was like, yeah, there's this kid, Mike Trout, really highly touted, really skilled, but we had to see video. But it was very pedestrian. And then even when he makes the freaking league and he wins all these MVPs or whatever, he's still this is how he wants it. Aaron Judge, different story. No, he's not in your face with it, but Aaron Judge does seek it. He does not shy away from the spotlight.
Not at all.
So if he walked away, that's a blow that I'm sorry, like World Series or not, we're going to fucking complain and you're going to hear us and it's going to be bad. It's going to be ugly. And people are going to call us ungrateful, whatever. Because imagine we go on to win number 28 and everything. And then a couple months later, Aaron Judge walks in free agency. People are going to say, oh, look, typical Yankee fans being ungrateful. You just won a World Series and now you're complaining because they didn't want to give Aaron Judge $300 million or whatever. Yeah, we're fucking complaining. It's Aaron Judge.
And it's so different, too, when it's the Yankees, like you're saying. I mean, I could get what somebody's saying it when it's the Braves. Like you said, that's exactly the point you're making.
Yeah.
But when it's the Yankees, I mean, winning the World Series, you're right. That is the do-all, end-all. I think most Yankee fans, if somebody said them right now, hey, you got to trade this guy, but you're guaranteed to win a World Series. Most of us are jumping up and down going, hey, if that gets us a World Series, we're doing it. Doesn't matter what
we do it for the ring. It's going to hurt, but we'll do it.
But my thing is, you got in the offseason. The type of player Aaron Judge is, we haven't developed that since Robinson Cano, and they're not even the same type of player. I mean, they're not.
Not even
Aaron
close.
Judge. Let me just give you guys something really quickly,
and I love Cano, by the way.
Aaron Judge's OPS is 1,077. His batting average is 318.
Ridiculous.
I mean, the numbers overall for Aaron Judge are just stupid. So my goal, and I think our goal here at NyynewsTV, is that we have a ball player that play on our club that we follow, we talk about, who is really on pace for history. He's on pace for history. He got 24 homers, guys. 24.
Yeah, it's June 12th.
It's June 12th. I was telling Bad Dog, I said, Bad Dog, you think he's going to have 35 plus by the All-Star game? He goes, I don't see why he wouldn't. If he doesn't get hurt, he has a very good chance to do it. Now, yes, we're going to talk about this a little later in the show about the schedule coming up. It gets tough. I mean, this is a big time for the Yankees. So, Judge might be pitched a little differently here, but 61, it's crazy to talk about. It's well within sight.
Oh, yeah.
And that is insane to even consider.
It's crazy. It's really crazy when you think about it. But when you look at the pace that he's on, I mean, if he stays healthy, like you said, which is it's always going to be a big thing, especially with us Yankee fans. We're always going to have it present. Even though, back to the Trout argument, the last 5 years, Judge has played way more games than him.
Yes.
It's not even particularly close at this point. If he stays healthy, we're talking 65, 66, 67 home runs maybe.
Yeah.
If he goes on a crazy tear, like it like has like a ridiculously hot August or something, now you don't even know what you're talking about.
You don't.
Because if he goes crazy in August, then now you're looking at, is he gonna hit 74 clean?
You never know.
And trust me, what people don't and people are not going to like this. You cannot underestimate Major League Baseball's desire to have that home run record cleaned.
Yes.
And they would love nothing more. Oh, no doubt. I promise you.
Than because the other thing you got to remember,
they would love nothing more.
Even without the steroid stuff with Bonds wasn't well liked.
No, they hated him.
Aaron
even before
Judge,
that.
you could promote the guy like hell.
Him.
You think this guy would be on talk shows. He'll be an ambassador for baseball. Wouldn't even be close. But
trust me, the only other player that I would say they would want to break the record more than Aaron Judge is Ohtani.
Yeah,
Ohtani, because they love Ohtani and for what it would do for the international game or whatever. But because baseball is such an American freaking thing, and I know they love Ohtani, but I promise you, they probably want Judge to do it more because it should be a record. It should be a record that is bashed and shattered by American after American. Look, this is me. I'm a Dominican. Yeah. I'm a Dominican. I'm a half Dominican, half Puerto Rican kid telling you this. Like, this is a record that for baseball, they want an American player to just continue to freaking be holding it. That's what they want.
And I want it back in New York, damn it.
Let me tell you something. I
want it back home in the Bronx.
I can't even look. I don't even want to let myself. Somebody was asking me the other day, a friend of mine, he's like, all right, you like to do numbers or whatever, like what pace is he on? Like whatever. So, and when I said, I was like, it's like 65 right now, 65 to 67. They're like, all right. So you would say like the Bonds thing, like that's just not gonna happen. I was like, no, I wouldn't, because we don't know.
You never know.
We don't know. Like he's on that pace right now. But like, what if he goes on one of those Giancarlo Stanton kicks in August and just goes absolutely nuclear, where it's like a home run every game for like a week or some shit like that? It's happened. It's happened before.
Very possible.
It's very possible. You do that. That obviously changes the pace. And now you're not talking about 65 through 67. Now you're talking about 70 to like 73, 74. Now that's where you're talking about him possibly beating that record.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, there's gonna be a ton of controversy. If it does get to that point, you better believe that if it gets to that point, it's gonna be a ton of controversy. You're gonna have people saying, "Oh, they sent juice balls to the Yankee games because they wanted Judge to beat it,
good,
because they wanted him to overtake Barry,
good,
and all that." Yeah, exactly.
Let me tell you something.
I'm happy you responded that way, because that's my response,
bro. The juice ball's already back. Gleyber Torres hit home runs again. It's already back.
Higashioka.
I mean, come on. Anybody sitting there trying to tell me that they're not playing with a juice ball? Look, the Yankees were hitting bombs all year, and the ball wasn't going nowhere.
It wasn't going that far.
All the sports are about to end. NBA Finals is almost over. NHL's almost over. And football starts to pick back up. But baseball's probably like, hey, let me grab this real quick. Baseball's probably, hey, come on. Go ahead. Let's get the ball back in there.
There you go.
Get the juice back in that ball. Just inject that baby up and let's get it going again, because we need to get the eyes back on here. So who knows?
Nah, you're right. You're 100%. You're 100% right. And it's not just the Yankees. I've been seeing that on Twitter just the last couple of days. Like, oh, they sent juice balls to the Bronx, whatever. If you've been looking around the games around the league, the Angels were on a crazy skid.
Yep.
Lost what, 12, 13, who knows how many straight.
Something like that, yeah.
And they absolutely obliterated the Mets the other night. Trout had 2 home runs. Ohtani had 1. Walsh had 1. Like, bro, they sent them around.
No
this
doubt.
weekend.
There's no doubt
this
about
weekend,
it.
they're getting ready for July 4th already.
No
Trust
doubt.
me.
They're out in full effect.
The juice is loose.
The juice.
Okay? The juice is loose.
The juice is loose. And we're not talking O.J. Simpson over here.
No, we ain't talking about that.
We ain't talking O.J. over here. Francis, I don't know if you got the chat pulled up, but Raw Thompson got a super chat for you, bro.
Oh, yeah. Family. And I was going to introduce myself as this because he tweeted this before we got live. Yo, Ra says, a.k.a. Mr. Steele Francis Lee's abuelitas in the building. Chef and I are working on the game. Pay Judge and keep playing Matt Carpenter. Yo, Ra, love is always love. He tweeted me he was like Francis, aka Mr. Steele, your grandma. You already know. So on the 25th, if you bring her, it's on you. If you bring
your grandma, man, I'm telling you right now,
it's over. If you bring a guma, it's over. Don't do it.
Don't bring your gumas there.
Don't do it. Please.
Are you rocking the tee?
I'm rocking the tee. I have to.
I was about to say, like, you really don't have a choice. You can't go looking around at what shirt you're gonna wear. Like,
I have to wear that one.
That has to be worn. I mean,
I have to. My daughter is crazy about it. My son is crazy about it.
My daughter got one.
Yeah, now I gotta get one. I gotta get them for the kids, because the second time I put it on, they saw me and they looked at the character, and then she's like, "Wait, that's you. What does that say?" I was like, "I'll explain it to you later." But I'll explain it to you. But I was like, "Yeah, there's definitely that."
She wore that shit to school the other day. I was like, "All right, shoot, go right ahead."
Piece of fucking. What they gonna say?
Yeah, damn right. They ain't gonna say no shit. They probably what's a gumar?
What's a gumar?
What's a gumar? I don't know what that is. But speaking of, we're talking about Aaron Judge and his great OPS of 1,077. How about an OPS of 1,592? That is what Matt Carpenter is doing right now for the Yankees.
Absolutely ridiculous.
3 for 4 today, 7 RBIs. He's batting .333. Matter of fact, too, by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed this. He played a hell of a freaking third base.
Oh, ridiculous.
Played a fantastic third base today.
Ridiculous.
My man got 6 home runs. He's triple the amount of homers that Aaron Hicks has hit. He's like 30-30. I'll do it in half the time, baby. Don't even worry about it.
Today was the first day he even wore a glove for the Yankees, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
what do you
nuts.
got to say about? I mean, really, like, I talked about it that we're bad on there, and I'm like sitting back laughing. I'm like, this is just one of those things in baseball where it's like guys just have a resurgence, and it's baseball exactly. And you know, he changed some things up with Texas. He was hitting very well in AAA, but he comes to the Yankees, and it's like, man, this guy's a perfect fit. He's a perfect fit.
He fits like a glove here. He doesn't seem to be bothered by the layoffs. Like, I mean, he hadn't played in I don't know how long. He shows up today and hits two home runs. It's like, and I get it. Like, some people are gonna say, oh, it's the Cubs or whatever. Bro, the Cubs have been playing all season so far. They're not a great team by any stretch.
But their pen has been good. It's not like their their relievers have been terrible. The Yankees have beaten them all up.
That's exactly where I was going. If you want to argue with me, you can. But what I did going into this series was I looked at their last, couple games and stuff like that or whatever. If you go through their last 10 games, the only real aberration was they gave up 14 to the Cardinals at the beginning of June. But every other game, it was like normal. They beat the Brewers. I think they took that series against the Brewers, actually. But then they went against the Cardinals. They split with the Cardinals, a 4-game set. Right, one game was 7-5. The next one was the 14-5, but then they beat them 6-1. And the last game they lost 7-4. And then it was 5 games against the Cardinals. That was ridiculous.
Right.
5-3 they lost that series. So they lost 3-2. Then they played one game against the Orioles, lost 9-3. Which I would say who loses, 9-3 to but the Orioles have been tagging a bunch of people this year. So you never know.
Yep.
So when they came into this series, I was like, all right, let's see. And in the first game, we couldn't score. It was 1-1, 13 innings. We finally walk it off. Gran Trevino, by the way,
a fun game to call. By the way,
get the shirt. One of the better designs we have on the site right now.
Gran Trevino shirt is
Gran
fire,
Trevino,
man. Guys, by the way, too,
so fucking fire.
There's a lot of stuff on the site now. Like I updated everything. I'm updating all the podcast shirts too because I like the idea of the sleeve. I like putting stuff on the sleeve. Yeah. So I'm updating all of our podcast merch. So that's not on there right now. But the T-shirts, the tank tops are still on there. The hoodies and all that's on there right now. But the T-shirts are going to come back out this week. But we even got the drawstring book bags now to have the real talk for the real fan and NyynewsTV.
Oh, that's nice.
Looks fire. Like I might get that for the game that day. But we got the real talk for the real fan. I redesigned it. It looks way better. Anthony Medina, shout out to Anthony Medina. He bought it. He's wearing it on the 25th. I'm wearing the same shirt on the 25th. My fiance got the female one to wear on the 25th. We showing up decked out, man. But you got all the player stuff, DJ LeMahieu stuff, Stanton stuff, Nestor Cortez stuff. Everybody, Rizzo, everybody got something out there. So go check it out, man. The Italian Stallion tee was designed by Francis Lee. It looks terrific.
Love that shirt.
I own that shirt. I love it. You guys see me wear it multiple times, so we got everything for you over there, man. Go check it out.
Yeah. You know what? I just looked at the Cubs schedule too. Poor guys. It's not going to get any easier. They're going home, but they got the Padres coming in for 4 games.
Oh, my God. Poor guys.
Oh, man.
Poor guys, man.
Yeah, tough time to be a Cubs fan. Thank you for Rizzo.
And I think the cool thing, the cool thing right now for Matt Carpenter is, seeing Matt Carpenter play third base the way he did. He's also a first baseman. Also plays a little left and right. But if he could play the infield that way, this guy got, anyway, I mean, he's sticking no matter what. There's no way you let this dude go at the way he's playing baseball.
No,
you got to keep him around.
Not right now.
This guy might, this guy's going to give some guys a run for the money, man. If he stays up there, he should start getting some more bats over a guy like Marwin Gonzalez. The only thing that helps Marwin is he plays short. But other than that, man,
that's where it's going to be different.
I think if Marwin didn't play short and he was more third and left field, I think you got a serious debate here to say, you know what, he's taking over that role. I'm sorry, like you're going to be the guy that'll be DFA'd eventually.
I like what they're doing. I gotta say, I love what they're doing with Carpenter so far. If you look at the games he's played in, they've gotten him in there against pitchers, who are more or less his lane, guys that they know he's going to be in there and do some damage with.
Yep.
So I think that's what's been scary good about the Yankees this year is their depth and the way that they use it, right?
Yes, definitely.
I was worried, right, when they signed Marwin because I was like, oh, man, like Marwin is going to be another one of those guys that Cashman saddles us with, and he's just going to be playing way more than he's supposed to because that's normally what they do. Nope.
Yep.
Hasn't been the case. Marwin plays when he plays, but it's like he doesn't get really prolonged. Like there's not been one series where like Marwin played the entire series. Like that's just not what he's there to do. Like he's there as a bench piece. Like that's what he's there.
Right.
Carpenter also there as a bench piece. I feel like our final form of this Yankees team has IKF as a bench piece also, but we could talk about that on another point just because it's not, I'm not knocking what IKF has been able to do so far or whatever, because yeah, he's come up, decent or whatever, but I think defensively you expected a little bit more, and then offensively it's just tricky. But because of the way he's been, like he also looks to me like one of those pieces like the Marwin and the Matt Carpenters and the people that come off the bench.
Yeah, definitely.
Because look at how Carpenter's done it. Like he doesn't seem like he's flustered about not getting playing time or not getting at bats or whatever. He's in the dugout. He's upbeat. He's happy. Even on games where he's not playing. I mean,
he wasn't supposed to play today.
Before this game,
he wasn't supposed to play today, and he comes in
today,
and look what he does. So
it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, he hasn't played before today. He hadn't played in I don't know how many straight games, but it had been a while.
Yeah,
like
it's been a minute.
I was beginning to think what happened to Matt Carpenter. Like, did he get hurt or something? I don't know. And then today they did the 2 scratches, the Glaber scratch, the Trevino scratch. They said Trevino had a back thing. I never followed up with the Glaber thing. Did you figure out what that one was?
I did not know.
Okay, then maybe they didn't say anything yet. But maybe if you guys in the chat know, just send it. But like, then the 2 scratches there, Carpenter gets in and he shows up and he hits 2 home runs. I mean, there's no other word for it than professional. Like he's a professional.
Oh, no doubt.
And he's fit into this clubhouse like an absolute glove. Like he belongs there.
And all the great Yankee teams have had one.
Yeah.
All the great Yankee teams have had that guy that could come off the bench you could really rely on. And Carpenter's definitely one of them. You imagine
just look at the way he's playing now, right? Say he sticks around like more or less like that way, right? He doesn't get much playing time, but when he does, he capitalizes off it. You're looking at a guy who hits 18, 19, maybe even low 20s in home runs. You never know.
Yeah.
Say come playoff time, we're in a spot late in the game. You got this guy coming off the bench, right? And you put him there in the left-handed box or whatever, and a pitcher got to cut. That's not a guy you want to face. It's just not. It's not.
The main Stadium, too.
That's not the guy you want to face.
Forget about even the idea that he could pop a homer. His at-bat is going to be good.
Exactly.
That's almost guaranteed, and that's the one thing I've seen the most about him is that he's had professional at-bats.
Yeah, you're right.
Before we get into talking about the upcoming schedule, I want to talk a little about Joey Gallo because one thing I even gave him credit for today, his at-bats look a lot better. Yep. And I also want to give the Yankees leadership, whoever the hell's making the lineup card, whatever. I'm gonna say Aaron Boone. I'm gonna say his coaching staff, just for now. Good job batting this guy ninth. Good job batting him ninth. Good job dropping him into your. I know a lot of us said during this whole way around, right, that put him 7th. Don't put him 3rd or 4th or up in the lineup. Him batting ninth really takes a lot of pressure off him to do something constantly. But this team is good enough where they're getting guys on base for him when he gets there. And I think Joey Gallo needed something like that, and he's been getting hot. He's been looking better. Not even just the home runs. I'm talking about his at-bats in general. They've looked a lot better. He looks a lot more comfortable up there. So I think this is a very good time right now for Joey Gallo. And I hope he continues getting hot because, honestly, at the end of the day, even if the Yankees went out there and got a Benintendi, if they went out there and got a Ian Happ, who we saw today, he was a double away from the cycle. Mm-hmm. So if they went out and got one of those guys, I love the idea. If Aaron Hicks somehow you could DFA him and let him go, which I don't know if the Yankees ever do that, but the idea of Happ in left or Benintendi, Judge in center field, make Judge your center fielder, damn it. I mean, make him your center fielder.
At this point, Pete, he's the center fielder.
Right field, Gallo and Stanton. And Gallo
which is another reason
that guy where maybe he's the bench guy every now and then, but he starts, but he could come off the bench late in games and pinch it for one of your catchers. Or IKF. I mean, I think that's huge.
Yeah.
You got it for 1 year, too, so it ain't like you got,
Quick note. because you just mentioned Judge being a center fielder. That's another thing that's going to drove up that price.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
I mean, having him as a right fielder, he was one of the best right fielders in the game, if not the best right fielder in the game. Defensively, you just couldn't. I mean, it was ridiculous. Now he's doing it in center field, and they were looking at the numbers the other day. I mean, that's the whole thing there. Judge is a center fielder doing what he's doing. I mean, it just ridiculously increases his value and puts it through the roof. We said it and we say it all the time. Championship teams are good up the middle. Moving Judge to that up the middle spot, one of the smartest things they could have done.
Well, look at this. Isn't it funny? I'm happy you set up the middle. Trevino, terrific upgrade. Gleyber Torres is looking like Gleyber Torres again.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron Judge in center field.
Yep.
And then shortstop,
and the pitching,
you're kind of like,
yeah.
And the pitch
and the pitching has been terrific. So literally, when you look at that, you say, on game one, right? Game one, you would say Trevino, Gleyber, Judgy, Nestor or Cole. It's probably going to be Cole, but we have our doubts sometimes.
If you want to go off stats, we know who it is. But if you go by reality, what they would do.
It's going to be
They're
Garrett
not going to damage Cole's mind anymore.
No, they wouldn't, which it already seems like his own psyche is pretty damaged. So, but if you look at it, right, game one, you got solid catcher, solid second base, solid center field. I'm going to say solid ace on the mound. Not, let's just say solid.
Right. Better than last year at short.
Better than last year. And then at short, we're better than we were last year.
Yep.
I feel really fucking good. I feel really freaking good.
I agree, man.
I feel really good.
Hey, look, man, it's the way the team is going right now is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, they catch the ball, they hit the ball.
Yeah.
They're doing everything. They pitch the ball by all means. And speaking of balls, if you know what I'm saying, speaking of balls, attention listeners.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready to be blown away? You asked for it and they listened. Our friends at Manscaped just relaunched the Ultra Smooth Package. It's back, baby. Your new favorite tool and complement to the Lawnmower 4.0 to keep your boys smooth while looking and feeling their best. This specialized groin shaving kit is here for you to help you buff, protect, and shave your most sensitive areas. It's time to crop that bush of yours and get right to the roots with a discount just for you from Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with the code SPITTAZ, SPITTAZ. And it's almost Father's Day too, by the way. So go out there and hook yourself up. Tell your kids, whoever, hey, hook me up with Manscaped, bro. I don't know if you want to talk to your kids about that, but you know what I'm saying? Tell your wife. Tell hey, baby, you want things to be real good? I was about to say. Get out the baby oil and the Manscaped.
Yeah, all right. Pete clearly has some wild plans for Father's Day. He said, listen, baby, go in that cabinet over there. I want you to grab the baby oil and the Manscaped.
Go get the scented oils. Get the Manscaped. What are we doing?
Bring the oils.
Use the Manscaped and the oils, man. That's like an Incredible Hulk thunderclap right there.
Oh, nah. Oh, man. Nah, it's a fact, guys. Father's Day's coming up. Don't be. Hey, make sure that you use code SPITTAZ. You already. You
guys don't get this mess nowhere else. You know.
Come on,
you
now.
know you guys don't get this mess anywhere else. I'll tell you right now.
Look, to put a button on the Gallo stuff.
Yeah.
Last week, right? Last 7 games he's played. He's what? It's like a 278 in his last 7. Like this is way up from what he was starting the season, right?
Yeah.
So I think even the numbers are supporting the argument that you're making that he's looked a lot better. We don't know what the change is. I mean, yes, the batting stance is notably different.
Right.
The approach mentality wise, sometimes, like I would say once a game, it looks exactly like it's always looked. But then there's been a few at bats every game here and there where it's just like, okay, whatever. He walked twice today. Yeah. I mean, like and it's not to say like Gallo doesn't walk or whatever. Yes, he walks. That's one of his things. He's the 3 true outcomes player. But
right.
One of the things that was angering me with his tenure thus far on the Yankees was the strikeouts were way up. Like, yes, he strikes out, but they were way up. And the walks, yes, he was walking, but it wasn't as often. Right. And that's what was worrying me. Now This version of Gallo that I've seen the last couple, see, this is the Gallo I can live with. Like, yes, he's gonna strike out,
and
but
it helps that he's bad at ninth.
Exactly,
and it helps that he's bad at ninth.
That's a big reason.
Yep.
That's a big reason.
Yep.
We said it all year. Like,
and
look,
off season, we said the same thing. He has to bat 7th or lower.
He said it himself. He doesn't like to bat high in the lineup, and high in the lineup is 1 through 5.
Yep.
You know, I understand when the injuries happen. You know, you want somebody with the pop to be up higher in the lineup. I get it, but that's another thing that having somebody like Matt Carpenter on the team helps you, because somebody gets hurt, you can just plug Matt Carpenter up there, and Matt Carpenter feels comfortable batting anywhere 1 through 5. It's not going to be a problem. Like, do you want Carpenter to be your leadoff hitter? Probably not. But if we had to do it a couple games here or there, like, am I going to have a conniption? No, he's going to be fine probably for a few games. Like, he's fine, and you can use him to do that now and not have to thrust Gallo into that spot because it's like, no, we need pop, we need a lefty, has to happen. Like, no, now Carpenter's there, so I gotta give it. I'll tell you that I gotta give it to Cashman for that, because even when the signing originally happened, like at first I was just like, I don't know about this one. Like I was like, we already have utility guys. I was like, we have lefties. Like, I'm like, his last few stints in the majors just haven't looked all that great. I don't know. It's worked out ridiculously, not just for him, not just for himself, but I think what we've seen from Gallo as of late is also a product of that. Having people around you, right?
It's big.
That fit better in certain places on the team alleviates that pressure. Now Gallo doesn't have to think about like, hey, you know, if something happens, they're going to put me batting 4th or something like that. No, they might put Carpenter.
Yeah,
they might put Carpenter, and I'm not going to be, you know, freaking pressured to, well, why don't you want to play center? Why don't you want to hit 3rd or whatever?
It's important.
Listen, Gallo doesn't want to hit 3rd, and he doesn't want to play center. That's who he is. I mean, I don't know why. It doesn't, you know,
look,
it doesn't exactly make sense to me, but okay.
No, it doesn't make sense to me either, but I give him credit for speaking up if that's truly the case. If he's you want to get the most production out of me, this is how I feel. You know, this is where I got to be. Now, does this mean that no matter how good he plays, does he ever come back? No, it's not a fit.
No.
It's still not a fit.
No.
You know, I'm not.
No,
I'm
not glad you said that too.
It's not a fit. He doesn't have to come back to this team, but
I'm glad you said that too.
You do got him for the year. You do got him for the year.
When you spoke about this, if you guys haven't seen the Hector Gomez interview, definitely go check that out, because you're doing a disservice to yourself. It's great. One of the better. I think
he'll be back on too for the trade deadline.
Oh, perfect.
Probably on a DS show. DS show.
Look at that. That'll be great. That's one of the better interviews I think we've put out just as a channel. Just content wise, it was good. And also, you know, when speaking about Miguel Andujar and stuff like that or whatever, having players that go through the, you know, stretches and situations like he's going through, part of that is because of trades we made, like with Gallo and stuff like that or whatever. Mm-hmm. So in the offseason, like we as fans, like we can't have that recency bias of, oh, like if Gallo finishes the season on a tear, like, oh, let's bring him back or whatever. It's like, no, we know what this is. We know what it is. It doesn't work. Yes, he can get hot. Anybody on the face of planet Earth can get hot. Aaron Hicks can get hot. I never said that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not saying that it's not possible. People can get hot. Gary Sanchez would get hot. Okay.
Facts. Yeah.
We still said.
And everybody would come back. Oh, look, he's back. He's back. Exactly. And then boom.
And we'd be like, yes, back. Send his ass back. Like, we don't care. Anybody can get hot. But it's clear that Gallo's not a fit. Don't go and invest more years and money into him. Facts. Because again, all you would be doing is blocking more talent. Okay.
Correct.
This year it's Miguel Andujar. Would not surprise me in the slightest if next year it's Florial, because it's just been.
Yeah, and I said this for both of those guys, man. I mean, the season Estevan Florial has had, he's in over 290 in AAA. He's doing terrific. He's having the best year of his career. I'm at this point now hoping that the Yankees do just trade both of those guys. Let them go.
Same. Let them go. Let them
and you
play
can't tell me that neither one of them have value, especially I think Flo has more value than Miggy, because he has much more control. And
he also didn't demand a trade.
Right. And I think the thing for either one, even if you get relief pitchers for those guys, but I think I got a setup for you on this one. You tell me what you think. I love the idea of Florial potentially being part of a package to go to Kansas City.
For Benintendi?
Yeah, I think he'd be a terrific fit for Kansas City. I'm not saying that's the deal. I'm not saying
it's not. No.
I'm not saying that. No. I'm just saying for both parties and Florial especially.
It makes so much sense.
I think it makes so much sense.
And let me tell you why. Right? Benny's having an amazing season this year. We know that, right?
Yep.
But Benny's also been somebody who's been working towards it. Like, he's putting it together this year, and he's putting it together on a lineup that offensively is pretty anemic, right?
Yes.
So he's one of those guys that I feel like you bring him over here, I just love to see what he looks like in this lineup, because if he can do that there, like, imagine if you sandwiched him, between Rizzo and Stanton, or Stanton and Donaldson. Like, literally you went LeMahieu, Judge, Rizzo, Stanton, Benny, Donaldson. Like, you put him between two righties like that. The possibilities are don't even get me started.
Stupid.
Oh, it's crazy.
The guy's a 372 on base percentage. I mean,
and he plays.
This.
Yeah, he plays good. He plays solid defense.
Yep.
He's been in the division before, so he's familiar with some of the pitching and some of the. He knows the rivalry. He knows
he's been
whatever.
To the World Series.
He's been to the World Series. Like, there's just a lot of things there that's just like he checks literally every single fucking box. It's crazy.
Yep.
Now, the reason I say that Flo, it does a very similar thing for Kansas City is because Kansas City is not far off. Yes, Salvi is on his way out, but Whit Merrifield is on his way. He's here. He's arrived, and he's going to be a solid player in this league. Bobby Witt Jr. is a rookie. He is on his way. Yes, there will be growing pains and things like that. It's going to happen. Same thing happened with Bo Bichette. Some people like to forget it, but same thing happened with Bo Bichette. Look at Bo now. All right. He's not the best shortstop in the game, but I'd be hard pressed to name the top 10 shortstops in the game without putting his name there.
Exactly.
Without putting his name there. And Kansas City has more on the way. Like, these are just two guys. They have more on the way. They have pitching because Kansas City just always has freaking pitching.
Yep.
On top of that, you sent a guy over there like Flo, who's been in this Yankee organization for this many years. That winning culture, because yes, he hasn't been with the major league team or whatever, but that might be to his benefit. He's been in a minor league system that has been doing nothing but winning the last couple of years. Yep. He's a left-handed bat. I mean, his athleticism is
off the
charts,
no doubt. And here's one of the things.
If you're Kansas City, I don't know how you wouldn't like.
Well, here's one of the things I say.
But like, just jump at it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And the good thing for a team like Kansas City and Florial is I would go to that kid and say, hey, look, you're not going nowhere. So get that out of your head. Yeah, like you're our starting center fielder. We expect you to play. We expect the performance you put up in AAA here. But go do it. Don't be concerned that, I'm going to be sent down immediately or I don't have a play. Go play baseball. Like, clear your mind and play baseball. And here you could do it. You're not worried about somebody coming back that's from injury and all that stuff. But Jonathan Alvarez just said, and Jonathan, I got to steal this because that is perfect, man. If Benintendi comes here, he is Benny Blanco from the Bronx. Benny Blanco from the Bronx. Carlito's Way style. That is it.
Just remember where you heard it first, okay? Because if it does happen, all of these freaking corns and cornballs and cornets out there on Yankee Twitter are going to be tweeting it. Benny Blanco from the Bronx.
Yeah. You ain't never seen Carlito's Way.
Come on.
You don't even know what we're talking about.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Because y'all never knew
Carlito.
And act like you got it from you. You didn't. It was Jonathan Alvarez in the Designated Spittaz chat on June 12th. And I'm going to call you out. I'm going to start calling out somebody.
Start calling that shit out.
I'm going to start calling. Matter of fact, I got to point at them like Paulie Walnuts with the two fingers. I'm going to start calling out some of you. I'm going to start.
I'll do the three fingers like Sonny in the Bronx there. But
I'm gonna sick and tidy.
I use
all this Italian stallion and Joey Gabagool and all that stuff. Man, you know where you got that shit.
Man. That's all us.
You know where you got that shit.
That's all us, man.
But yeah,
probably gonna try to take my Rizzo song too soon at some point.
I dare them. I literally fight. I will literally fight over this.
I'm gonna get a ban for that. No, literally. Let me not pull the Francis Lee right here. Let me not pull the Francis Lee right here.
Time out.
And get banned from everything. I can't do that.
Next, you know, you say that, and then AOC is quote tweeting like,
"Oh yeah."
I mean, a rush went through my body when I saw Simonetti's tweet.
Should I call you Latinx? Whatever the hell that is. This poor Latinx guy with this white supremacist.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, all of you guys in the chat, everybody who's coming June 25th, please do not refer to me as no Latinx. I am a Dominican, Puerto Rican man from New York City. Okay, I grew up in Sunset Park, Brooklyn, and I moved to the South Bronx. Do not fucking call me Latinx, please. Don't fucking call me that shit.
Latinx.
What the fuck are we doing?
Is that really how you say it though? For real?
No, I don't know. When I see it,
I'm thinking of characters like Weapon X, the X-Men. I'm like Latinx.
You're right. It's
okay,
Latinx.
Latinx.
No, you're right. It's
Latinx.
Latinx.
Sounds better.
But every time I see it, I can't not look at it and say Latinx. And me and my entire family just look at it, and we're just like, mind you, this is gonna throw some of y'all over the fucking moon. I have members of my family who are members of the LGBTQ, whatever the fuck you want to call it. They're all types of stuff. Right. They don't identify as that shit.
I know, of course.
They're like, what the fuck is this? Like, why do we
ridiculous?
It's like, bro, I'm Latin, I'm Latina, or I'm Latino. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know what all this other shit is.
I don't even know how I went into that tangent, but listen.
It was a good one, though. It was a classic. This is why we do DS. There ain't nobody like this. Yeah. They ain't nobody like this. I don't care what you say about any other Yankee podcast. God bless them if they're doing their thing. They ain't nobody like this, man. They ain't nobody. They ain't nobody like this.
Oh, shit, look at that.
Edwin
said he lived in Bay Ridge near Sunset Park. So you lived near me. Oh, you live there now, Edwin. All right, cool. You coming to 25th, man. We got to connect.
Man,
I fuck with all my Brooklyn people.
Man, June 25th is going to be one of the most classic moments of all time. I'm telling you right now, man.
Oh, yeah.
But to wrap up where we are, before that, real quick, I got to tell you guys something, man. Go to Apple Podcasts because we are back.
Yes.
We are back, but now it's different than even just saying we're back. Guys, this episode right now is going to be on in about 20 minutes after it ends. It's going to be already on Apple Podcast. It's already going to be there. Okay? So you got to get Apple Podcast going for us right now and blow it up. All right? This is big for us. What's up, man?
Pete, I mean, this, I don't even know how to tell you this, but
what's up?
It seems that we're being graced by the presence of none other than Aaron Judge in our chat right now.
Is it the Latinx Aaron Judge?
Is this Latinx Judge or is this real Judge?
That's the most classic thing I've heard in my life. Latinx. Imagine you think that's really easy to argue somebody. How are you calling me Latinx?
How dare you?
Latinx.
Listen, if that was really Aaron Judge, he definitely walked out after this shit.
Oh, my man said 120 likes and I will give 10K. Shit, you better be getting them 120 likes right now.
Oh, man, listen. Judge, man, listen. They got to pay you,
Judge.
Judge.
As a matter of fact, 10K is a little less for you, my man. We need more than that. Judgy.
Yeah, bro, you about to get paid. We talking $300 million, okay?
Yeah. That was the Aaron Judge in the house, man.
That was the jackpot for the lottery not long ago. The lottery. You see, once you start saying words like exactly. Once you start saying words that don't exist, all of a sudden you can't speak with words that actually exist. And this is the agenda. This is what they want. Don't get me started.
Latinx. That sounds like a fucking Nintendo game from years ago. Remember Latinx?
Yeah, on N64.
Yeah, Latinx. Latinx 64. Remember that one?
Yeah. Oh, Edwin's right. Yep. It was today was the Puerto Rican Day parade.
Was it today?
Yeah, they had a crazy day though because of all the rain and stuff. But then the weather cooperated just like it did for the Yankees.
All the giant snakes over there all the time. They got the big ass snakes they be carrying around.
They love the pythons.
Nah,
bro.
I run away from that shit. I ain't playing.
They love the python.
Aaron,
Judge,
my man up in the ante.
He said 500. Talk to me nice.
500 mil.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. Okay, Judgy. All right, Judgy.
Judge is gonna do the Jack Nicholson to the Yankees at the arbitration meeting. You can't handle the truth.
They're gonna be like, Aaron, we're coming in at 350. You can't handle it.
Yeah.
Yo, you imagine?
You know what he's gonna do? It's gonna be like I was watching this yesterday, man. Casino. Remember when Tommy? I think his name's Tommy.
Oh,
again.
I love
whoever Joe Pesci plays again. When he starts flipping out playing what is the one you say hit me? Is that blackjack? Not black.
Yeah.
Yeah, blackjack.
21.
Blackjack. 21. Yeah.
Yeah. Blackjack.
He kept saying this is gonna be just throwing money at them. Hit me, you little fuck you. Hit me, this motherfucker you. Hit me. He's gonna start throwing it at them. Come on, hit me. Oh man, that's classic. That's classic. Aaron Judge though, bro. Thank you so much for the super chats, man. We appreciate it.
We appreciate you sending money and love to us.
To go
especially
ahead,
with you guys' affiliation with John Boy and them. I know you're not even supposed to be doing this right now.
You're in big trouble. You're in big trouble right now. Thankfully, you just created this account to be able to do this. Aaron Judge, have a good day, man. I know you got to run. I get it. You probably got some things to do. Enjoy yourself.
Keep your Nicky Santoro vibes when you go to the negotiated
Nicky
table.
Santoro vibes. That's right. That's right. You know you got to start with the "you motherfucker you" every time you talk. That's how you got to start it. What did he say? Oh man, see, why did I even say this? Oh, he said something. Oh man, damn it! I want to remember it so bad because it made no sense.
I was gonna ask if Chef had seen Casino, but I'm sure he hasn't.
He hasn't. He's finally just watching Goodfellas. I don't even know if he finished it. Hopefully he did. I don't even know if he finished it yet. I hope he did.
But how do you start Goodfellas and not finish it?
That's my point. I don't know.
Did he pause it midway through?
I have no idea.
Chef, we're gonna have to have a conversation.
Yeah,
when you get to New York, we got to have a conversation.
Me and Chef hanging out on June. We're doing all double dates on June 24th. So we're gonna.
I was gonna say, or else when we have that barbecue, we're gonna have the time to my chair, and I'm just gonna start playing all the fucking movies.
Interrogation time. Which one haven't you seen? You start getting serious with him. Which one haven't you seen?
He's like, I saw Godfather. I saw Godfather 1, 2, or 3.
A tree.
1, 2, or 3. I only saw the first one. Put on Godfather 2.
Put on 2. Put on 2. Oh, by the way, Luca's new name is Luca Brasi.
Luca Brasi?
Yeah, I'd call him Luca Brasi, man. That's it. He's Luca Brasi now. That's it. His name forever now is Luca Brasi, and that's it.
We gotta wait. Shout out to Luca. I caught the game season that he did with Do Whatever. That was a really enjoyable one.
Never lost with Luca.
Yeah, he's undefeated.
Have you ever had Ovaltine?
Yes.
Is it good?
I mean,
all right.
You know,
he wants me so badly to get Ovaltine.
Bro, we from the Bronx, bro. It's like when you wanted chocolate drink.
Oh,
you
man,
went, you got, you know what I'm saying? You get the Nestle or you got a Yoo-hoo. You know what I mean? Or you got a Yoo-hoo.
Or friggin'
Nutriment. Exactly.
To this day, it's just loaded with sugar, but hey.
Exactly. We on the same page. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we do.
That's what I'm saying. I never like.
Ovaltine came out later, and it was just like.
Ovaltine was for old people. I thought it was like Metamucil. I'm like, is that the same shit?
Nah. Bro, because I remember the commercial was a little kid, and he's like, more Ovaltine, please. And I remember watching it as a kid, like, if y'all get this shit the fuck out.
The commercial should have been like this. The father, fuck you. Here's a Yoo-hoo. The kid,
Ovaltine.
Ovaltine, you get an Italian in there. Ovaltine, my ass, Ovaltine. Ovaltine.
Yo.
Bring a Yoo-hoo over the head.
You see, guys, this is what happens. Man. This is what happens when the Yankees are playing well. We just have fun podcasts. Everything is. You see, we're very happy people. We're not negative.
Not at all.
We're not negative.
Not at all.
We're not negative.
Not at all. We have a great time. But to wrap up the show, we got to talk about the Yankee schedule because this is big. So the Yankees' next 3 is at home against Tampa Bay. Or is that on the road? They're on the road. No. They're at home. That's right. They're at home 3 against Tampa Bay. Then they go on the road. They got 3 against the Blue Jays and then 3 against Tampa Bay. Then they come home for our series. 4 against the Houston Astros. 3 against the A's. And then again now in Houston against the Astros.
Yeah,
Francis, I don't know about you. I feel like this is the most important part of the season. Game-wise in a row.
Yeah, this will be the biggest test of the season, I will say, because right now it can really make or break the season, right?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
It can really make it a lot more than it can break it because of the lead they have in the division. But this is going to tell us a lot about the team, Pete, right? We've been saying it all year. They're playing well. They're winning series. They're sweeping series. Like, they're doing a lot of things they weren't doing last year.
Yep.
But our first showing against Tampa Bay, we went in there hobbled, right?
Yeah.
For a 4-game set, and it was at the Trop. We split it, right?
Yeah.
Which, looking back, was a win for us because with the team that we showed up with going into the Trop, we could have easily dropped 3 out of 4 there, or just got swept all 4.
Yep.
That last year's version of this team, if they would have showed up in Tropicana with the team that we showed up with there this year, they might have gotten swept all 4 games.
No doubt. No question. No
they
question about it.
salvaged the split. Now the Rays are coming to the Bronx for the first time this year, right?
Yep.
This is a huge series. It's a huge series to me. I think you got to take 2 out of 3. You got to take 2 out of 3 because it sends a message. The first series was a split against them at home. Now they come to the Bronx, they get beat. You can't let them beat you. You can't let them win the first series in Yankee Stadium this year between the two of you, because it's about momentum, but it's also about sending a message. And we've spoken about that. That's something that even as good as this team has been this year, one thing that leaves me wanting more, or one of the things that I feel like they're lacking still a little bit of, are those statement games.
Yes, I agree.
Statement games.
And that's us being picky.
Yeah,
you know, it's finding something to
yes.
look at and go,
Yes.
well, maybe, you know, I want to see
that
him
could
do
be
this.
better. Yep. Because
I agree.
We say it all the time. The Yankees, if they go and win 100 and something games this year, it's not going to be the first time they won 100 and something games.
Yeah.
They've been doing that. They've done it
Correct.
under Boone. They did
Correct.
it in Boone's first season. Like,
That's correct. That's right.
oh, but they're going to win the division. Okay. They've also done that. Like,
yeah.
What we need to see is a World Series championship. The teams that win World Series champion, they win statement games.
That's right.
They send messages. That's
right.
something that the Yankees, even as good as they are, 44-16, that is a ridiculous pace. They still struggle with that. Let me tell you why. Case in point, Tim Anderson.
Yeah.
Right? The Tim Anderson debacle. That happens. He starts, bitching and chirping and whatever. And then they go on to get outscored by the White Sox. Like what? It was like 10-1 or something like that.
Yeah.
The rest of the series.
Yep.
And they dropped the series.
Yep.
I mean, you can't, the
Can't
series
do it.
finale, you can't have that.
Nope. Not
You
at all.
can't have that.
Not at all.
You can't have that. Not after everything that happened. You need to, a team needs to respond, stand up for their guy, win that next game, get them out of Dodge, and then do whatever you have to do in your clubhouse
Facts.
or whatever. But don't do
Correct.
it publicly.
Correct.
You send a statement in the game.
Yep.
You win, and you win emphatically.
Yep.
Right? We lost. We dropped it. Right? Same thing happened. Earlier on in the season. It was an Orioles thing, right? First series of the year against the Orioles, right? First series of the year against the Orioles. Last year, the team in our division that did the worst against the Orioles was us. Toronto handled them. Boston handled them. Tampa handled them. Tampa barely lost to them at all last year. It was our first series against them this year. We had to send a message. The message being, sweep their asses. You
Facts.
have to sweep their asses.
Facts.
We lost the series.
Yeah.
We lost the series.
Yep.
Like, you came out flat and you lost the series. Or the game that we went to, they had won the first 2 games. Jordan Montgomery's pitching that 3rd game. The narrative is that he doesn't get run support. He's not there. You're playing against the Orioles. You're playing against a team that doesn't have great pitching. Here's a game where you could turn that narrative on its head, give Monty some runs, and just get out there with a series sweep or whatever.
Correct.
They lose the fucking game.
Yep.
They
Can't
get
do it.
walked off.
Yeah.
They get walked off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's several instances this season, nowhere near as many as last season. So I'm not gonna go. Don't think I'm saying that.
Right.
All I'm
right.
saying is it's still there.
Yep.
With this stretch of games coming up, you have the opportunity to send a message. This is a series against the Blue Jays that you cannot afford to lose.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm sorry.
I agree. You can't.
Cannot.
Well, here's the
Blue
thing,
Jays
too,
have
that I
been
want to
playing
say this.
really well.
And that's it right there. That is it right there. The Blue Jays right now are probably playing the best baseball they played all year.
Exactly.
If you can go out there and beat them hands down, just really show we're the better club. Trust me, that's going to live up here for them.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if they can go out there and beat the Yankees right now, they can later in the year say, hey, look, we already beat these guys.
And we beat them
We've
at
already
their
had
peak.
their number. Exactly. We proved to ourselves that, hey, we're playing the best right now. We're better than them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to a better start than us, but we could beat them. So if we can ever get in that range and keep winning, get close to 5 games, 4, 3 games, you're going to give them a supreme confidence. Now, if the Yankees go out there and beat them up bad, 2 of 3, let's say, that's a big blow to the Blue Jays' confidence.
Oh, yeah. Because they're already down. They're already down in the season series. I think the Yankees are, I think we played them 9 times.
Yeah, we played them a lot.
And we're
already.
6-3 against them. I
believe so.
Right? If you go from 6-3 to 8-4 against them through the first 12 meetings, well, there's only 7 more games like in that series for the rest of the year.
Yep.
Like if you're 8-4, there's only 7 more games. Even I mean, like literally, bro. Like it just sends that message. Like, look, we're not that team. We're not last year's team.
Correct.
We're not the team from the year before.
We're completely
You're
different.
not going to come over here and just get. We're not giving you any games. If you're going to beat us, you're going to have to really fucking beat us.
Yep.
And let me tell you, it's not going to be easy.
It won't be easy. Exactly.
So you can't. This is a really big series against the Blue Jays. Some people are going to say, "Oh, whatever." Trust me, huge series.
It's big.
Those 6 against Tampa. I'm telling you, you got to split against them that first series. That was okay, but where the team's at right now, you need to take both of them. You need to take the first series here in the Bronx, 2 of 3, and then you need to go to the Trop after coming out of Toronto with a series victory and go to the Trop, and you need to win another series. Yeah. Now, I'm not living in a fantasy. I'm not saying that by any stretch of the imagination they're supposed to sweep any of these series. I'm not saying that.
Right.
I'm being legitimate. I'm being realistic here. The Yankees have been the best team in baseball all season long.
Mm-hmm.
It is not demanding or crossing a line to say that they need to take 2 out of 3 from the Rays in this next series.
Oh, no question.
2 out of 3 from the Blue Jays in that series, then take another 2 out of 3 from the Rays there. If you do that through those 9 games, look, the next series is against the Astros, 4 games, then 3 games against the Athletics, then 3 more against the Astros. Are those 7 games against the Astros important that we play them this year? Yes. Those are important games for this year because the Astros are competition. They're in the American League and they're one of the better teams in the American League. They're important.
That's right.
But right now, what's more important is this division.
Of course.
Right now, Tampa Bay is 9 games out of first place. The Blue Jays are 8.5 out of first place. If you go on these 9 games and you go 6-3, okay, 6-3 of these 9 games, or if you go 5-4, you're still in good shape.
Yeah.
You're still in good shape.
Yeah.
Which 5-4 should be very, very fucking doable. But 6-3 needs to be the goal. 6-3 needs to be the goal. And if I know this team, the way they've been playing this year, their goal is even more ambitious. They think they're sweeping one of these next 3 series.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They think that they're going to sweep one of these next 3 series.
And that should be the mindset.
Either they're sweeping Tampa Bay or they're sweeping Toronto or they're sweeping Tampa Bay the second time. But this team thinks that they're going to – and that's the biggest difference with these 2022 Yankees.
No question.
You started the show saying it. Yep. That's it right there.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
Is that they know that they can win these games. And, I mean, they are playing with a confidence. And, again, you know, Bad Dog even said it today on the show, and he's right, is they're winning in so many different ways this year.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like people, you know, we could sit there and go, they're just hitting home runs again, and, God, they can't do it. They're hitting and running. They're bunting to the other side. They're stealing bases. Defense is playing ball. Jose Trevino looks like we found potentially a starting catcher maybe. You never know.
Finally.
I mean,
you don't.
Traded. Look, Brian Cashman, I'm going to give him credit on one thing. This dude is the king of what we believe is the meaningless trade. He is the king. You want to call him Cash God on something? Call him on that. This dude is king of the meaningless trade. He is.
He sent Abreu over there.
Abreu for him.
It was then DFA'd and ended up in Kansas City. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Who the frick did we give up? I don't even think we gave anybody up to get Carpenter.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, it's like these type of little moves he makes like that you really got to give him credit for. I mean,
and that's what they say. That's what they say about the Rays. People say, oh, nobody wants to make trades with the Tampa Bay Rays because you always lose those trades. So the league is like aware now and teams are more leery or whatever. See, when I think about the Yankees and I think about Brian Cashman, that's the way that you should be trying to be like the Rays. It shouldn't be we want to play like them on the field or we want to play their type of game. No, we're not that type of team.
No.
The way that you can emulate them is what you did with the Holmes trade, what you did with Trevino, what you did with Urshela, it goes back. You've done it several fucking times now. Okay? Several freaking times.
Yep.
That's how you should do it.
Facts.
Emulate them there to where it gets to the point where it's like anytime it seems like a meaningless trade is being done, it's like, I don't know, because somehow the Yankees trade for some dude and next to he's like unhittable out of the bullpen, or he becomes a solid guy for them on the field and at bat. Yeah. Like that's what they need to do. Yeah. So you're 100% right. That's Cashman is becoming low-key the king of the meaningless trade.
No doubt. No doubt he is. And, just to give everybody a heads up, too, in July, we're going to have Dan Federico on. We're going to have our own little trade deadline specials, like a lot, that we're going to get. We're going to get the insiders on the shows. We're going to get
and August, too.
Yes, and August, too, because it goes into August now.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll have Hector Gomez on. We'll have Dan Federico on. Probably have a few others that we haven't named yet, but we're working on some of those things. But man, this felt good again, man. This is how the episodes go. This is the Designated Spittaz right here, everybody. This is it.
This felt amazing. Oh, and last but not least, I promised myself that I would mention this for as long as it looked so good on my phone every time I pull it up.
What's that?
The Boston Red Sox are 13 games out of first place.
13 games out of first, yeah.
13 games out of first.
They are at 13 games out of first. One of the funny things I was thinking about, though, man, and again, this is not a knock on IKF at all. It's not a knock on IKF. But remember those early stats, like after like the first 2 weeks when everybody was posting Correa's numbers, Story's numbers at IKF? Yeah. How about you do it now?
Yeah, well, we said it. We said it
right now. Are you gonna be more? I mean, are you even joking around about? Are you being serious?
I was responding to them. Dude, I would say post it again in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
They're like, through the first 4 weeks, I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's do it another 4
again
weeks.
Because the season didn't end today. The season didn't
now
end
all
today,
of a sudden, right?
Yeah,
Correa is hitting. Story is hitting.
Yeah.
Seager, Marcus Semien finally woke up.
Is finally hitting homers again. So
you know what I mean? Like,
it is what it is. It is what it is.
Exactly. We're past it. We're over it. But we're going to remind you.
I also want to take the time real quick to thank everybody in the chat today. We're live and we've had well over 100 people just about the whole time here on Designated Spittaz. So you guys are awesome. Hope you guys like the new intro, the new theme. The intro's the same, but the theme we had to change up a little bit. Hope you guys enjoy it. The template, we got the new alternative logo on for Designated Spittaz today. Felix designed that. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. It looks great on merchandise too, by the way.
Oh yeah.
But June 25th, guys, tickets are still available. If you can make it, do yourself a favor and get there. I just want to let you guys know what you get again with the ticket purchase. From 11:30 to 1 o'clock, that's 90 minutes. It is all inclusive. It is burgers, cheeseburgers, hot dogs, salads, chicken tenders. I should have said Franks instead of hot dogs. I like saying Franks. Franks. You have glizzies. All that stuff, the glizzies. You got all that stuff. And then also beer, soda, water, whatever you want. 90 minutes. It's all yours. Enjoy yourself. Whatever you want to do. I don't care. Go ahead. Have fun. But we are going to have an amazing time on June 25th. We're going to be rowdy. We're going to be loud. We're just going to have an amazing time. But if you don't have that ticket yet and you're on the fence, I don't know what you're doing. I'm not joking when I say that. I don't know what you're doing. That is like a can't miss event. Get them. We know now we're going to have something on the scoreboard too, which is
super dope.
That stuff right there sends shivers. When I see it, man, I'm probably going to have to take a seat. I mean, literally, I'm about to like sit down and take a seat because like, man, that's like, what's better than, that's like having your name on the scoreboard, but it's your company. I mean, come on, let's do it. Let's go. Like,
it's even better. It's even better. Like,
that's
I'm
even better,
you.
Man, because that's something that all of us should be very proud of because it wouldn't, we're not here because of one person. We're here because of all of us. And we all do a tremendous job on this channel. And Designated Spittaz, man, I've enjoyed this show from the first episode. I mean, I've enjoyed doing this from the first episode. This is not work. This is fun, to be honest. This is fun. I mean,
tons of fun. And
today was terrific, but
man, I look forward to it every time.
Yeah.
Every time I look forward. And when I'm away for a while, I'm dying because I'm like, bro, I got to get with my people. Yeah, the people who know me.
Yeah.
The people who are looking, they out there actively looking for Gumas and Grandmas for me.
Gumas and Grandmas, the greatest T-shirt of all time.
Dude, every game season live. Every game season live, they're like, Francis, what you doing? You finally took a break from the grandma.
Yep. That's all they tell you, man.
Nah, man, y'all
Francis,
already know.
We haven't heard it in a minute.
Y'all already know, man. Like, subscribe, Share with your friends, share with your family, share with your grandmother. You already know.
Your gumas. Your gumas.
For that, your gumas got to know about it. Stay tuned, man, because the next episode will, in fact, be the best episode.
You better believe it. And you guys already know, too, we will never come whack on a designated spitter strike. That is proven, by the way. Never has happened. Never would happen. With that being said, we are out. Until next time. Talk to you guys later.
Before it hits the front page.